Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Charlie. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make my homemade king cake donuts. Now, these are basically cinnamon infused glazed donuts. And after the donuts are fried, we make a butter vanilla almond with a hint of cinnamon glaze, and we just add that on top, along with the traditional purple, green, and gold sugar sprinkles. This recipe calls for about 9 to 12 homemade king cake donuts. It's absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all you'll need to make your homemade king cake donuts. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need some bread flour, sugar, salt, instant yeast, whole milk at room temperature, unsalted butter, large eggs, vegetable or canola oil, vanilla extract, butter extract, almond extract, and cake batter extract. And of course, if you don't have these three extracts, you can just only use vanilla extract and you'll be good to go. You will also need some cinnamon, confectioner's sugar, and some purple, green, and gold sugar sprinkles. And for your tools, you will need a large saucepan, frying pan, or a deep fryer. Now, if you're using a large saucepan or frying pan, you're going to need a thermometer. You will also need a 3.5 in diameter donut cutter and a cooling rack. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. So in our stand mixer bowl, we're going to add 2 cups of bread flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 1/2 teaspoons of instant yeast, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1/4 or a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to take my spoon and I'm just going to stir all the ingredients together until combined. Alright, and for our wet ingredients, here I have a separate medium-sized bowl. I'm going to add 2/3 cup of warm whole milk. Now the temperature of the milk should be about 120 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to be hot enough to activate the yeast. And to that, I'm going to add a 1/2 stick, that's 4 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, 1 large egg at room temperature, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/2 teaspoon of butter extract, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cake batter extract. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my whisk and I'm just going to stir all the ingredients together until combined. Alright, so in our stand mixer bowl with our dry ingredients that we mixed earlier, and we fitted it with the dough hook attachment, we're going to pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Now we're going to mix this on a medium-low to low speed, or according to your stand mixer or mixer's instructions on mixing doughs, for about 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, it's been about 8 to 10 minutes since we started mixing our dough. And as you can see here, when I touch the dough with my hands, the dough doesn't stick to my hands. Now I'm going to go ahead and lightly flour the surface of my table. I'm going to add the dough on top of the table. And I'm going to knead the dough for about 1 to 2 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and form the dough into a ball. And I'm going to let the dough rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, here I have an 11 by 17 inch baking pan. I'm going to just add about a 1/2 teaspoon of canola oil. I'm going to just spread that around the baking pan. Alright, I let the dough rest for about 20 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press the dough down. That's going to release the gases caused by the yeast. And as I press it down, I'm just going to take my hands and I'm just going to stretch the dough out as much as I can. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now the dough should be about 1/4 of an inch thick. Alright, here I have my donut cutter. It says 3.5 inches in diameter, of course. I'm going to just go ahead and cut out the dough. Just like that. Now the rest of it, You're going to just knead it a little bit more. All right, now we're just going to press this down until it reaches about 1/4 of an inch thickness. You're going to take your donut cutter and cut those pieces out. All right, here we have our dough that we cut out. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to stretch the dough out. Because remember, with a king cake, it's like oval shape, just like that. Okay, so you stretch it out like that, and from there, place it onto the baking pan. Now you will make sure that you have a little room right here. All right, now that we have our dough lined up in our baking pan, now we're going to let this rise in a warm spot for about 20 to 25 minutes. Preheat your fire to medium heat. All right, let's get started with heating up our oil. So I'm going to go ahead and add 48 fluid ounces of vegetable or canola oil into my large saucepan. Now, if you have a deep fryer, preheat it to 350 to about 375 degrees. Now we're going to let the oil get hot until the oil has a temperature of 350 degrees. All right, here's our dough after about 20 minutes. As you can see, that's nice and risen. That's exactly what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and fry them. Now you want to make sure you have your cooling rack with a pan underneath it ready, so that way when donuts are finished from frying, we place them on this. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just carefully lift the dough up, just like that. And from there, I'm going to take it and add the dough into the hot oil. Now you're going to let these fry for about 30 seconds on each side. So that's 1 minute total. All right, it's been about 1 minute now. I'm going to go ahead and take a spatula and I'm just going to remove the donuts from the hot oil. And I'm going to transfer them onto the cooling rack with a pan underneath it. Now I'm going to let these cool for about 5 minutes. All right, let's get started with the preparation of our icing. So in a medium-sized bowl, I'm going to add 1 1/2 cups of confection sugar, 4 tablespoons of warm whole milk, 4 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/2 teaspoon of butter extract, 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract, 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a light sprinkle of salt. That's going to bring out all the flavors. And I'm going to take my whisk and I'm just going to stir this until it's creamy and smooth with no visible lumps. All right, our icing is now done. Nice, creamy, and smooth with no visible lumps. All right, so now we're going to take our king cake donut and we're just going to add it into the icing. Just going to swirl it around just like that. And we're only going to do it just on one side. All right, that looks good. And from there, you're going to take it and add it onto your cooling rack. All right, next we're going to sprinkle our purple, green, and gold sugar sprinkles right on top. And after that, they are ready to be served. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. King Cake Donuts, made by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. Now I have an official website for all of my recipes, including for these delicious King Cake Donuts. You can go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's taste test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go eat and take a bite. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Oh. Mmm. Woo. Man, this is so good. I mean, you could taste the cinnamon in there. It's infused with the donut and that glaze. Ooh, so good. Delicious. Mmm. Mm, mm, mm. I'm telling y'all, try this recipe right here. It is absolutely delicious. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace. Might as well take another bite while I'm at it. Mm, mm, mm.